There we go. Welcome you guys to the Fan Jam team call. It is a day in May, the 5th, the 6th. It's May 6th, and we're super excited tonight. We actually are welcoming everyone from Glow Up on this call as well. So welcome to you guys. This is incredible. I love that we're kind of like meshing this together. And it just so happened that we have our team calls on the same day and the same time. So this worked out great. We are welcoming a guest speaker tonight, Sarah, and I'm so excited for you guys to hear from her. She is going to blow your minds. Before we do that, I want to open the lines up for any recognition. So if you guys want to unmute yourselves and go ahead with some recognition, let's kick it off.
I'm going before Shorty. Can I? Is that allowed?
Oh, yeah,
of course. Go.
I did
Shorty.
yours before mine last week, so you're more than welcome.
That's valid. Hold on. Now I got kids interrupting my stuff. Okay. So I have two of my coaches that I want to recognize. First of all, Teresa Westrick, who has hit SC2 within the first week of April. I don't even know what month it is, but whatever. She did it. She rocked it. Also, I have a new coach that just signed up today who may or may not be on this call. I did send her the Zoom link, but Andrea has been, we're fighting about popcorn over here. Andrea has been one of my clients for the last 6 months, and with the help of Shalene has finally decided to hop on board and throw all of her fears aside, literally my life. So yeah, props to both of you and welcome aboard and congratulations. And now I'm going to make popcorn. Shorty, your turn.
No, Mommy, can I make the popcorn?
I'm not going to make popcorn. Okay, so I always have to like write it down because I just have so many. I wanted to give shout outs to Ashley, Kiara, Emily, Christina, and Robin, who are all sitting at SC2 already. And Robin had her first sign up, and her very first sign up was a challenge pack. So right on, Robin. Jennifer is sitting at SC4. She's added another discount coach to her team. Like, she's just rocking it. So I don't know if she's on here. There's too many people. I'm like, I can't see if she's here. But I just wanted to give her a shout out. And Glendy, in her first literally like 2 weeks maybe of coaching, is already at SC6. So she's already hit SC5, which is crazy. Like, we're March. Trish, I don't even know what month it is either. May. We're May 6th, and she's brand new, and she's sitting at SC6. So I'm like so proud. And that's all.
That's incredible. Fit Life slang all day. Anybody else? No? Okay. I am going to give a huge shout out. Trish, T, and Nicole all signing new coaches today. So massive congrats to you guys. You are all working your businesses towards Diamond. I know you have massive goals, and you guys are making it happen. So huge congrats to the three of you. And also just another big shout out to Shaw and Drew. They are sitting in 1-star qual. So they have a couple weeks left of 1-star qual, but they're so close, and I'm just so proud of you guys. Your team is lighting it up. So massive congrats to you guys. Okay, so let's kick this off. Let's get this started. I'm just going to pull up what you sent me because I'm never going to remember it all. But you guys, I connected with Sarah through it honestly was through Jake, our corporate mentor. I had asked him, I'm looking for somebody who can really help us in terms of getting over that fear of inviting. And so many of us have that fear. And trust me, I just invited somebody that I went to high school with. I shared this in a small pod the other day, and I literally just invited her 3 days ago. And she said, yeah, I'd love to learn more. I've been watching you forever. Like, what's going on? And you guys, I didn't invite her for 2 years. 2 years I didn't invite her. And I think it doesn't matter what stage you're at in your business. This is a constant fear that kind of creeps up once in a while. So I asked, who would be somebody who's like bomb at talking about this. And of course, Sarah's name came up right away. So her and I have been chatting and going back and forth, and she agreed to jump on this call with us so that we could hear some of her tips and tricks about how to get over that fear of inviting. So Sarah is the founder of Glow Up. She's a lifetime 2-star diamond coach, and she got there within 7 months of coaching. She has been coaching for 2 years. She became a success starter. She was in the Transform 20 test group. She was the keynote speaker at Super Saturday in 2019. She has spoken on the Champions page about motivational interviews. She's been Success Club All-Star Legend and is currently ranked 91 in Canada. Girl, you are like just crushing it, and I'm so excited to pass this over to you and just hear all your wisdom.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Number one, every time I hear that, my heart just like beats out of my chest. I'm just like, okay, this is happening. This is real life. I'm just going to change my gallery view so I can see everybody on here. First thing, guys, like straight off, like I am so humbled to be asked to speak about this topic of inviting and like overcoming objections. Mostly because it's something that I'm really passionate about. Some people call me Savage Sarah. That might be why I can basically overcome any objection you throw at me. But kind of just tying back into how we kicked off the call about not being scared to invite anybody, and then how you just recently invited somebody from high school. My coach, Alexis, who's on here right now, I don't know if her camera's on or not, it's not. I'm actually going to send her IG handle on here so you guys can like write it down and check her out. She did a post recently the other day about how we act, there she is, little blonde cutie in the white shirt. So she actually did a post on Instagram the other day about how her and I actually went to university together. We had it was like a falling out. So we both weren't super nice to each other. It was super awkward when we first started like talking to each other again. And the thing is that like sometimes the people that you last think you would ever be able to help, like it was bad. Like we were both pretty terrible people. Like when we both went into our messages to each other, like the last thing I sent her was like, come talk to my face. Like that's the last message I'd ever sent to her. So like, just telling you guys, like you never know where someone's life can go, and every person has their own journey, and it's not up to you to make the decision about, if someone needs your help or not. It's not up to you to decide if you can or can't invite somebody. And like, honestly, she's been on the team now for 2 years, and she's decided to step into her business in the past like month, and she's on effing fire. And I'm so proud of her, as I am on all my other girls on my team as well. But I just want you guys to make sure that like you can't make the decision if someone needs your help or not, okay? And I wrote some notes here, but it's gonna be a little bit interactive because I wanna hear from you guys. I'm gonna open the chat. But my first question to you guys, how many of you guys around here are part-time coaches? And you can put your hand up, you can drop it into the chat if I can't see your video. Who's a part-time coach? Okay, a lot of you guys. Who's a full-time coach? Okay. Who is a wannabe full-time coach? Cool. Who loves what they're doing right now but wants it part-time for the rest of their life? Okay, kind of, okay. So the thing is, like, the biggest thing for you guys is like, some people get into coaching because they absolutely are obsessed with it. Some people get into coaching because it's a nice little side hustle for them. So it's important for you to kind of know your role when you're going into it. But I think that what's important for you guys is just to know that not every single person is going to have the same journey as you, but it's your job to be able to ask questions and figure out what that's going to be. Does that make sense? Okay. Because sometimes when we're talking to people, we want them to want the exact same things that we want. Like, I'll talk to someone and be like, I'm full-time, like my life has changed, the best thing ever, you need to do this. But like, they love their job. So me telling them that they need to do this, they're kind of like, that's not my jam though. Like, I'm not sure if that's what I want to do full-time. So just be super aware that yes, show up unapologetically as yourself, but also know that you want to also talk to people and meet them where they're at. Cool? All right. So how many of you guys started as a customer on here? How many of you guys started as a coach? Okay. Not as many, right? A lot of us started as customers. So like, I'm going to just kind of tie you guys into how I was invited. How many of you guys were invited by a coach? Was anybody sign up just by themselves? Okay. Did anyone sign up because their friend asked them to join? So that was me. Okay. So I literally was never invited by a coach. I didn't know what coaching was. I figured that if you wanted to be a Beachbody coach, you had to go through an interview process to sign up. Like, I didn't know how any of this worked. Okay. And just to put it into perspective for you guys, I'm a retired personal trainer. I used to sell $13,000 personal training contracts to people to work with them for the entire year. On top of that, they had to pay $50 a month for their gym memberships. If they didn't show up to their personal training appointment, I still charged them $50 for not showing up so that I could put food on the table. Now, can you imagine if any of you, I don't know if any of you guys have had trainers in the past, but being someone that, you know, is trying to get healthy and trying to get fit, and then all of a sudden you're sick or your kids are sick and you can't be somewhere, you can't go to that appointment, and then you're getting charged for that on top of that. Like, that is like the most like this is the worst feeling ever, right? Not only did I not work out, but they're taking my money from it. So I want you guys to think about the fact that somebody can get started for you, especially this month. Like, our sales right now are absolutely insane, which, by the way, if you don't know this, 80-day obsession challenge pack is literally the best bang for your buck because you get all of the things with the $20 off. So if you can get someone started with that, definitely recommend. Unless they want 10 rounds, obviously. But that's like the biggest thing for me is that I came into this because I was such a jerk. My girlfriend literally sent me a message and was like, I'm going to do this 80-day program. It's at home. Will you do it with me? I'm scared to do it alone. And I'm like, at home workout programs don't work. She's like, no, seriously. Like, I've seen the results from it. It looks great. I was going to Orange Theory Fitness. I paid $180 a month for that. On top of that, I was buying like C4, disgusting pre-workout. I was buying like shit. Sorry guys, can I swear? I never asked ahead of time. Okay. So I was buying like really crappy protein from Costco for super, super cheap and like didn't know how to eat. My body wasn't changing. Like, I was helping all these people like join Orange Theory. I was actually offered the vice president of marketing for Orange Theory before I went to Beachbody, but it was conflict of interest. I was a part-time Beachbody coach, literally an emerald coach, and I turned down a vice president of sales position with Orange Theory because I believed in Beachbody so much after getting an 80-day obsession transformation. Because I signed up with a BOD membership. I made my coach call me because my friend told me to sign up, and I just went on the website and I bought the cheapest thing possible, which was BOD. And then she called me and she messaged me and I was like, listen, girl, you got to get on the phone with me if you want to chat about this because I'm a personal trainer. I know at-home workouts don't work. I'm just going to try this out with my girlfriend to support her. I don't want your stupid shakes. I've got Crohn's disease. I used that as like an excuse. Okay. I was like, I can't take your stupid shakes. I'm sensitive. Meanwhile, I'm taking C4 and like Costco brand protein. Come on, full of it. Okay. So when you guys get people that tell you they can't afford it, they're full of it. They just don't see the value. And I'm going to dive into that for you. So basically, I got her on the phone. I grilled the absolute crap out of her. I asked her about Shakeology. She couldn't explain it to me like at all. She's like, it's a better value because it comes with the pack and you're going to pay more if you want to get it later. I'm like, well, why do I want it? Like, I don't understand. I don't want this. So I basically was like, I'm keeping BOD. Sure, I'll transfer my credit to you. So I signed up so I can be in your group, whatever. I'm just doing it for my girlfriend, Catherine. And then literally that nutrition program changed my life. This girl had no idea how to fuel her body. I literally had eating disorders forever, binge eating, drinking issues. I drink wine now. Okay, I'm good. I'm good now. Okay. But the thing is that I literally did not know how to fuel my body. And 80-day obsession changed that for me because of the food list. And that's why when I go into my social media now, I know that no matter what, I can help someone in some way, shape, or form. Because if I can go in there and be the biggest jerk, the meanest person you could sign up, the person that tells you you got stupid shakes, this is dumb, it's not gonna work. I'm literally doing this for my friend, support her, don't care about you, don't even want to give you credit for this stupid group thing I have to join, and then literally became obsessed with it, turned down a freaking amazing opportunity with Orange Theory, which was gonna be bringing in about $100K a year because I wanted to be an emerald coach for Beachbody. Okay, that's called going all in and being obsessed with the process and being like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to make it work because I believe that I can help so many people without charging them $180 a month, without making them pay. And at Orange Theory, if you don't show up, you still lose your session to BT dubs. Like, what? Not cool. So I really just love the total solution. And then guess who doesn't go a day without Shaco now? Guess who also no longer takes her $500 a month prescription medications for Crohn's disease and has been in remission for 2 years? Me, since I started coaching. Okay. So this opportunity in my mind, quite literally, can change so many people's lives in so many different ways. It's just about you being able to remove your fear of asking people, because you don't get to make that decision. And quite frankly, if my girlfriend had never been asked by her coworker, I never would have done this. I was asked by Marie Barker 5 years ago, who is an elite coach, to be a coach when I was the general manager of Good Life Fitness in Saskatchewan. And I literally told her, I'm like, this is a joke. Like, I'm not doing this. This is stupid. Like, no, I can't. I told her it was conflict of interest. Lies. I totally could have done it. I just lied. Just lied through my teeth. This is why I'm going to talk to you guys about this, because the thing is, I didn't see the value, and I didn't understand what was being offered to me, and I didn't understand how it could help me. Okay? Every time this opportunity was presented to me, when I said no to it, because it was in so many different ways, I said no because I didn't see the value. What I wanted someone to tell me I could live at home and run a business. I could help people make an income, making an impact. I could change my entire life. I would be able to save money and not have to pay for a gym membership. I'd be able to have quality products that help me cure my disease in my body. That I'd be able to quite literally build an empire of other empowered women and not have to constantly be surrounded by negative people that judge me for wanting to take care of myself, right? That was never presented to me. And that's what I needed to hear, right? Instead, I was getting invites saying, hey, I think you'd be really good at this coaching thing. And I'm like, no, I'm working, I got a great job. Like, no thanks. But like, if someone said to me, how would you feel if you were able to, not go to work every single day and be able to empower other women that are just like you and be able to work with them every single day from home, be with your dogs, be able to transform your life and like work out with people instead of making them work out and then charging them not to work out? Like, that to me would have filled my cup. Right? And so I'm going to challenge you guys, if you're on this call right now, is to really think about, like, what are those things that made you say yes to coaching? What does that look like to you? What was the aha moment where you're like, you know what, I'm going all in on this, right? Was it the freedom? Was it be able to make a little extra money on the side? Was it because you want to be able to quit your full-time job? Was it because you wanted to be able to empower people? Like, what was that turning point, that pivot point in your life that allowed you to focus on, like, this is for me, okay? Was it someone believed in you? Was it someone told you that you were inspiring people? And then that will always shift and change, okay? But there's always, every person out here is going to have a different point. Was like, you know what, this is why I want to do it. And if you can focus on that one thing, inviting won't be scary because you're going to lead from that in your heart, okay? So I don't want to go too far off track. Woo. All right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about your social media first, because I feel like a lot of people think their social media needs to be perfect before they can even invite. Now listen, Christine Benton and I, we can show you some pretty nasty Instagram if you want to see it. Like, you could scroll back through it and see all the Melissa on here too, Team Heart. Like, I'm telling you, like, you guys can scroll back through people's Instagrams. Go through the top coaches' Instagrams. Go through Angie Belmar's Instagram. Dang, whoa, not great when she first started. Now the girl's the queen of IG, okay? And YouTube. So the thing is, even when my Instagram was what it was when I first started, the whole left side being random Canva images with ropes and flowers, and then random photos of my dog and face masks on my face where, like, I oversaturated my eyes so that I had no sockets underneath and just didn't want people to think I had any bags whatsoever. Like, I was still hitting SC10. Or Christine holding her DVDs and looking through it, her 21 Day Fix DVDs, and like, you want to buy a DVD? Like, the thing is, like, we were still hitting SC10. And it wasn't because our Instagram was perfect. It's because the way that we showed up was inspiring people and people connect to you. And I heard something really empowering, I think it was last year, where it's like, most people follow like 8 to 10 Beachbody coaches. So if anyone's ever signed up with you, holy crap, you're doing awesome, girl. And if no one signed up with you, that's a yet. And I want to encourage you guys as well. If you're ever feeling like you need to reach out to someone because you feel you're hitting your roadblock, number one, inviting is the main thing that you always feel like you want help with, okay? You always feel like, I'm doing it wrong. I don't know what to say. Like, how do I even say hello to somebody? How do I like their things? How do I start that conversation? I want you guys, before you ever reach out to somebody to ask for help about inviting, I want you to first come in and say, hey, this is what I'm doing great. This is what I need help with. If you lead with asking for help, with just being angry about how you're not getting anywhere, you're not solutions focused and you're just asking someone to fix your problem. And you didn't sign up to be a coach for someone else to tell you how to run your business. You signed up to be a coach because you want to be a CEO and you want to be able to inspire other people and make your own mark, right? Not have other people tell you what to say. So I make that really like important to you, right? Like I'm going to ask someone for help, but first I'm going to tell them how I tried to help myself and now I'm still roadblocked, okay? Because I'll say to my coaches all the time, like, have you finished your training? Did you do this? Did you check the team page? Did you check the FAQ? Did you Google it? Like, be resourceful. But like at the end of the day, you own your business and you have so many resources to be successful and so many things that you can do. Becca, I just saw that stop. Hilarious. I'm trying not to read the chat. I will die. But I feel like it's sometimes that we'll just like go into something and we'll just be like, I just need help. And instead of like taking that moment to be grateful for all the resources we have or trying to like help ourselves get somewhere, we just feel like by asking someone to give us a solution that that's going to fix everything, and it's not going to. Okay. You have a purpose in life to inspire other people, but if you never ask somebody, you're not going to build your business. You're not going to move the needle. So speaking specifically to your social media, guys, people always say your social media is your storefront. Those words have definitely left my mouth. But what I want you to think about, it's not just your storefront, it's your story front, okay? Think of it as like you're telling your story and people are coming to see that. Because you don't want it to be a physical storefront where you're just a Beachbody coach, where you just have Shakeology. I know not every business runs this way. I'm all about curiosity marketing, which means I don't use the word Shakeology. I don't use the word energize. That's totally cool if you do. Lots of very successful coaches do. But for me, I don't want someone to just go, I want what Sarah has, because they do. People will go and buy the same scrunchie, or they'll go buy the same shirt, or they'll go and they'll buy the same shaker, and then they'll tag me, go, look, I got this. Or my husband and I ordered 100 things of beer from our local brewery, and like 10 people tagged me on social media. Look, I got the beer you got. Like the thing is that for me, like that just shows me that if I go plastering social media, like I'm drinking Energize, or I'm doing 80-day obsession, or I'm doing Lift 4, or I'm doing this, like other people could be like, I want to do what she's doing, and then just go sign up online, or just go buy that product by itself and not know that they could get a challenge pack and not know they could be in your group. Could be that one thing they saw about you that they love and that, I want that. Oh my gosh, she finally said what she's drinking is Energized. How the hell do I get it? But if you use language or like, this is my pre-workout, it comes with my bundles, I'd love to talk to you guys about it if you ever want it. Like someone goes, oh, I have to talk to her to get there. Does that make sense? So don't be a storefront, be a story front. Attract people to come and talk to you. You want that door to be open so that when you invite them and you mention things, it makes sense and they didn't already go look for it themselves. So you're sharing it all yourself, you're building belief, and the biggest thing at the end of the day is that you're having fun with it. Because here's the thing, guys, I will invite anybody. And so I'm just gonna kick this off real savagely for a second. I'm not scared to invite anybody. I will invite your grandma if you didn't invite your grandma, okay? So you better invite her, because if I find her on the street, she's gonna be in my challenge group and I will not care. So the reason I say that is because you have the responsibility to invite every single person you know, okay? If you don't ask, they will not be able to say no. If they say no, it means not yet, or they're already doing the damn thing. Because here's the thing, guys, what we had 2 million people, BOD subscribers recently was like the most recent, like what? Do not tell me ain't nobody wants to sign up. You are full of BS, because we have the proof in the pudding, guys. Everyone's doing it. I haven't had this many customer leads, paid customer leads. I got a coach last month. I got a free coach. Like, hello, active coach, kid in Shakeology, not answering my emails, totally cool. Just stay there on my left leg. I need you for qual, great. But the thing is, like, when you hit Success Club, guys, you get paid leads, by the way, or you get free leads. So hit Success Club is just this great thing to do. But the thing is, like, you just got to invite everybody. And if someone's watching your stories, they basically live with you. And Shauna is she's like an adopted coach that I love. She's on Upper with me. She said this, and I was like, damn, this hit home to me. Was she's like, she had a girl reach out to her, okay? And this girl, I don't know if she's on the call or not. Is she on the call, guys? I don't think. I don't know. Maybe she might be. But she had someone reach out to her and go, like, why are you inviting me? Like, I'm not interested. I'm not this. And she's like, I don't even know you. She's like, you watch my stories every single day. You basically live with me. Like, you know every single thing about me. You know my kids' names. You know what I do every single day. Like, don't tell me that I don't know you or you don't know me. She said, you know me probably better than a lot of people that are like my close friends that I haven't seen in a long time. So the thing is, it depends on how you're showing up. But if you're sharing your story and sharing all the little like ditzy little bits about you and the quirky things and who you are, like you can't say the wrong thing to the right people. And if your followers fluctuate and go up and down, do not get upset about it, because those people are not your people. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, see and never. I've had people block me and then sign up with me 2 years later. I've had people completely like unfollow me, but then search my name every single day to watch my stories. And I will literally call them out on their shit and be like, hey girl, you search for me every single day because you don't follow me anymore, but I see you're still watching my stories. How you doing? You want to join now? What's up? Like, the thing is, like, you have to unapologetically not be scared, because these people are watching you. They're watching you. But if you're just showing up every day and you're like, oh, I'm up. Okay, workout. Okay, my shake. Team call. All right, here's what my challenge group's opening on this date, and that's it. Like, people are gonna be like, okay, cool, but and then every once in a while when you share that transformation photo, they might be interested, right? But they're waiting for that transformation, or they're waiting to see you change. Emily Fowler is a perfect example of this. When she decided to do her 80-day obsession transformation, she said, people follow the journey, not the end result, right? They fall in love with watching you change. They fall in love with you failing and struggling. And here's the sick part, guys. People want you to fail. It sucks. People are gross. But they literally watch you and they're like, I hope she doesn't show up today. Damn, there she is again, drinking that Energize, shaking her ass, doing the workout. Damn, how'd she do that? How'd she have so much energy? What's going on here? Like, you be that person. Be that person, or be that person that doesn't like to work out every single day. It's like, F that. Half these Beachbody coaches are crazy. Don't say Beachbody. We're doing exclusive marketing, remember? But like, the thing is that if you're showing up, you're like, I don't like to work out every single day, but I'm going to do this program that's 4 days a week. I get cheat meals, and the guy that is training me is really, really hot and likes cats. What's up? Like, people that also like that, they're going to be into that. And if you like having pizza and margaritas on the weekend, cool. If you like making brownies and drinking a whole liter of milk, cool. Do your own thing. Ashley Molstead was top coach 2 years in a row, and 50% of the time when she's not pregnant, she's drunk. So you own your brand and you do whatever it is you want. Also obsessed with her. So I say that because I love her. But own your brand, guys, and just be whoever you want to be. You can't say the wrong thing to the wrong person, but you have to unapologetically show up as yourself and share more about yourself so you can invite appropriately. Does that make sense? Because other people are following other people and you want to be able to stand out. But just stand out as yourself and use your voice. The power of your voice in your social media is so important, because people connect more with your voice than they do with a photo. They connect more with your voice than they do a boomerang. They connect with your words that they read in your posts, but when they hear it come out of your mouth, like, I will love to say, like, oh my gosh, I just did a post about this and da-da-da. Like, I'll share like what that post was kind of about, so people get my emotion behind it. So when they read the post, they get what my emotion was, right? But if you just allow someone to read your post by itself, they're going to interpret it the way that they interpret it. Does that make sense? The same way that we say, like, you know, don't text someone when you're angry, or don't text someone like, we need to talk if everything's good. You know, people are going to interpret things the way they want to. So it's important to use your voice so people can feel an emotion behind something. How am I only on one page of notes? What time are we at? Okay. Christine's like, usually she should have slides. This isn't good. This is why we do slides. All right. So I am not scared to invite everybody. Like I said, it's like you're living in here with me. I will send a message to every single person that follows me. I actually, this is kind of quirky, but I personally will send a message to someone with an intentional spelling mistake, and then I will send a message right afterwards correcting my spelling mistake, because your homegirl here can't spell. And also, to me, that looks more authentic when I send a message to somebody, because it's not like a copy paste. So I'll literally say to someone like, oh my goodness, thank you so much for following me. I'm so happy that we get to connect. I realize I haven't reached out to you yet. And I tell them like, you know, you can find most of my stuff on my stories. Like, guys, if you're a writer and you're not a story person, let people know where they can connect with you best. Okay. If you write better, or if you have a blog, or if you are a Pinterest person or a YouTuber, like everyone has their own thing, like direct people to where you feel like you're going to impact them the most. So I will tell someone, this is where you're going to see all my craziness. Like my husband thinks I'm freaking crazy on my stories. Usually I have like 15 minutes on there. Apologies. Like, sorry, but that's me. And then I spell something wrong, and then my next message is like star. Oh my God, didn't mean that. Like was trying to say this, and I will literally send that. And someone that is my person, because people that connect with me come back and go, LOL, oh my God, I can't spell either. And I'm like, oh, this is my girl, this is my girl. So the thing is like, I literally try to plan my connections and plan my invites based off of like, who's someone that when I continue talking to them after they get started with me, nothing has changed. Okay. You have to be yourself and don't be scared. So when you guys got invited, I'd love to know who got started the first time they were invited. Yeah. So how many of you guys are angry when people say no to you? I get mad. If you don't get mad, you're lying. Put your hand up. You get mad if someone says no to you. Come on. The thing is that people say no so many times, right? And specifically to speak to you guys, I sent this, like not the same, but I send a message every single month. If you watch my story, you get an invite every single month. Non-negotiable. Even if you never answer me, send an invite to one of my recent customers, Kim, and I invited her for 2 years every single month. Literally just send her gifts being like, hey, I see you read my message. Like, why aren't you answering me? Yo, what's up? Like I send those. And then one day she showed up and she goes, hey, I just want to let you know, I'm that girl you talk about in your stories all the time. Because I straight up say on my stories, I'm like, hey girl, I see you not answering my messages, but watching my shit every single day, liking my posts. I'm here. You can join me. I know you want to. Let's do this. And then she literally said that to me. She sent me a message saying, hey, I know I've been following you for 2 years and I've never answered one of your messages. I'm ready to get started. It's about consistency and showing up every single day and not being scared of the no's, not being scared of the ghosts, not being scared of the unfollows, not being scared of any of it. But if you don't ever invite somebody, like, do you think she would have ever messaged me to sign up if I never messaged her every single month? She would have been like, oh, like Sarah's having this party every single month and she never invites me. Like, how shitty would you feel if you were at someone's house and they were literally talking about this party that was happening next month and you weren't invited? And I was like, oh my gosh, it's always so much fun. We do this every month. We have like wine night with the girls, or we go do this or X, Y, and Z. And then you're kind of like, oh, well, can I go? I'm like, she put a poll in her story saying, if you want to go, you can like tell her and she'll send you a message. But like, that's not me. That she doesn't want me to be there. Right? You have to message people. And if you're someone like, well, how do I do that? How do I send that invite? Like, give yourself the opportunity by talking about it, by telling people you have something to invite them to. If you're not telling them something's happening, they don't know, right? They just see you sharing your journey and they just think, oh, she's doing something good. It's working for her. I wonder what that is. But if you tell people like, hey, if you ever want to learn about my workouts, I want you to know you're totally invited. Or you say something like, hey guys, if you want to try my sample of this workout that I'm doing right now, it is so awesome. Like, no strings attached, babe. Just want you to try it out. But that way, that when you say that on your stories, it gives you a reason to reach out to somebody, right? If you're someone that is like straight up like, Sarah, I'm scared to send a message. Like, I feel like people are going to say no to me. Why would everyone want to join me? But you have to like sometimes give yourself a reason if you're not comfortable yet to send that message, if you're not there yet, because then you can say, hey, I saw you saw my stories today. I'm not sure if your sound was on or not, but I was talking about my workout program I'm doing right now. You've been watching me for a little while. Just wondering, are you curious at all? If not, totally cool. So want to make sure you know that I can totally hook you up or give you more information, whatever is your lingo. The reason I'm saying things kind of babbling is I don't want you writing down my script, because you literally need to write down whatever the hell feels good to you. Okay. You need to go, I'm going to text this message to my best friend or my spouse or my mom, and then I'm going to send it to a stranger. Or then I'm going to send it to somebody else. Because if you wouldn't send that authentically to a best friend, don't send it to anybody. It's weird. People know when an invite is weird. Okay. Like sometimes I'll send someone a video, I'll record, I'll be like, okay, I'm up. Today I'm inviting to my coaching opportunity. So I am wearing what I'm wearing on my stories. I'm going to record a quick video where I'm just like, hey girl, I saw you watching my stories and just want to send you a quick message because I know that you know I have a group opening up and I want you to know you're totally invited. Let me know if you want more information. And that's it. I will like send that message. I'm wearing the clothes I wore that day. Super simple. I can send it to every person that's watching my story that day. It's not weird. They see me wearing the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, and if they didn't see it, maybe their sound was off, right? It's always okay to give someone an out because maybe they're not ready, right? That's something you need to be comfortable with. Do not try and sign someone up that's not ready. Just be there for them. Like seriously, because they're going to sign up and then they're going to quit and they're going to watch you again. You're going to get pissed and you're going to lose successful points. Like it's good to coach people into it, but don't force somebody. Does that make sense? I need to drink some water. And I hope someone's writing down questions if someone has any questions, because I will answer some at the end as well. Okay. So I want you guys to invite the way that you would want to be invited to something. Okay. I'm a straight shooter. I don't like people to beat around the bush. I don't like small talk, like itty bitty baby talk. Like, you know, when someone like messages you and you can obviously see that they sell essential oils because every single thing on their Instagram is them rubbing oils on their face or like making these things or whatever. Like for me, I'm like, as soon as someone messages me like, oh my gosh, girl, I love your Instagram. Like, how's your day? I'm like, oh shit, it's coming. It's coming. Sometimes I'll just send someone a message like, girl, you so Tara, my girlfriend's already a wrap. Like sometimes I'll just do that when I feel like the small talk coming, right? But you can have small talk with people if it's genuinely something you're interested in. Like if you reply to their story and they've got a cute dog and that's on your brand, or you really want to know where their dress comes from, or you want to know like where like they got their workout equipment. Like those are genuine conversations you can have with people that aren't kind of weird. Or like I will never send a hey girl message about like, hey girl, I love your vibe, because I feel like everybody sends those now. I don't know. I used to, unless someone is like really my vibe. Again, can't say the wrong thing to the wrong person. Sometimes I'll send someone a message and I'll say, oh my God, I'm absolutely obsessed with you. Please don't be creeped out. I just shamelessly creeped the crap out of your Instagram and I'm literally in love with you. We need to be best friends. Like I will send a message like that to people. Like, but that's because that's what I'm like. I'm pretty sure I did that to a couple of my coaches that are on here right now. And so was you, you can like raise your hand. So, but the thing is that you just have to feel like you can invite with purpose because you connect with people. But at the same time, like not every single person is going to be your person, but sometimes people need you too, right? Which is why that when you go through like your stories, like I say stories because I build my business off my stories. My post is like, if I could just have Instagram stories, like that's why I like TikTok. But like if I could just have Instagram stories and not even have a feed, I would love that. Because I feel like I just connect with people better that way. But then some people write and are amazing writers and can spell great, can't do it. So you connect better that way, right? And just like make sure that if you're someone that writes and people are commenting and liking your posts, like don't feel scared to respond to that person. Like, hey, thank you so much for liking my photo today about my nutrition plan, or thank you so much for liking my photo today about my dog. Like it's kind of important that when you're messaging somebody that you're referring to why you're thanking them for something as well, because a lot of people scroll and tap. So I will say my most recent post, or I will say my post from yesterday, or I will say my post about this. So you just kind of re-engage that with them. Does that make sense, guys? Because people, especially right now, everyone is just like aimlessly liking and watching and leaving stories and things like that on, listening to things in the background. My husband is a prime example. I'll like walk around the house and hear my voice playing in the background because he's watching my stories, and I'm just like, turn it off. Like if he's doing it, like lots of people are doing it. Okay. All right. So creating call to actions, I mentioned this a little bit earlier about talking about your groups or talking about the coaching opportunity. A call to action is essentially, putting a poll up in your stories, or saying drop an emoji on this post, or it's swipe up here, or DM here, or answer this quiz for more information, or to chat or anything. And honestly, like I put a call to action every single day in my stories, or I put some type of call to action in every single post. If it's like, are you like this too? Or drop your thoughts here. People have given their opinions, but putting a call to action out there makes it so much easier for you to invite to somebody, because that way that you can just go back through and message people. Other thing, this is terrible, but I love doing this. If someone votes on you, if you put a poll up one day, okay, you can go back after your poll is expired, and you can, or like even the story after it, and see the people that watched after that story. You can message every single person and say, hey, thank you so much for voting on my poll. I'm so excited that you want to learn more information about my boot camp. If it was a thumbs up, girlfriend, don't worry about it. Totally cool. Just wanted to make sure that you know that I saw your vote. They didn't vote on my poll. I pretended they did. And then I sent them a message. And then a lot of the time, people are like, oh, shoot. Yeah, it was a thumbs up, but what's it about? What is this? What is it? So it's like, that's a really good trick too into inviting people, right? I've had people call me out on it before. They're like, oh, you've done this trick to me before. Scroll up. I'm like, oh, shit, whatever. And I'm like, girl, I just want you to join. Don't be rude. Come on. So like, but that's just me again. So I'm different. But that's another great way that you can do that. Cool. All right. This is important. There's someone waiting for you to ask. Okay. And this is so powerful. Like I heard this, I remember I heard this, but it's so true. Like there's always someone that's waiting for you to just ask them if they want to learn more. There's someone watching you every single day. There's someone that is searching your name. There's someone that liked your photo. One of my coaches, Gianna, like she liked one of my pictures, and I had no idea that she'd been following me, and she applied to be a coach on my team. But if I had just gone through that one post that she had liked and like sent her a message that day, maybe she could have gotten started on my team earlier, right? You don't know unless you ask someone or reach out to them or try to connect to them ever. And I think that's really, really like powerful, because how many of you guys on here can confidently say that if you were to take your phone out right now and scroll through the last 20 text Mexicans that you sent, that you would find, did anyone laugh? Anyone catch that? No. So when you scroll through your phone, have you invited the past 10 to 15, Megan, 10 to 15, 20 people that you recently just texted? I haven't. My Aunt Mary, I'm terrified to ask her. She's the only one I'm scared to ask, because she told me I wasn't allowed to ask her. But I'm going to see her, and like once this coronavirus is over, I'm going to make her sign up. When I see her in person, I'm good at that. But she's not a good texter. But how many of you guys on here can say you confidently have invited every single person that you recently have messaged on your text? Right? Yes, girl, I see you. That's awesome. So the thing is that if you haven't, do it. And if you're uncomfortable texting about it, call them. And don't even like send them a weird salesy message. Just be like, hey, how are you doing? Good. And how are you like staying busy during this hard time right now? Like, honestly, like I wouldn't be able to do this without my workouts, or I wouldn't be able to do this without like being the fact that I can actually work from home right now and do something. Like, share the truth, right? Like share the actual truth and let someone feel good. And then you just throw in there, hey, by the way, have you ever thought of like doing my workouts with me? Or do you think that it would be helpful for you to do X, Y, and Z, or whatever the conversation is, or ask them what they're doing. We have to really find what that need is. And okay, we have 15 minutes. So something that I do very well that I think is going to be really tangible for you guys, to make sure that before you actually ask someone to join you, if it's not like off a direct CTA, but if you're actually talking to somebody, is basically what my Call on the Champions page is about. It's called motivational interviewing, and it's all about motivating someone to believe in themselves. And it allows you to overcome objections. Because the thing is, if you don't ask enough questions, when someone says no, it's because they don't believe in the value. It's got nothing to do with the fact that what you have to offer isn't great. It's just that they don't see the value in it, okay? So the first thing is having a really strong need. A need is going to be losing weight, gaining strength, increasing your energy and endurance, right? That's what your need is. Your goal is what's measurable. So let's just use lose weight for simplicity. Someone needs to lose weight. Their goal is going to be 10 pounds, okay? And then their time frame is going to be when they want to achieve it by. You're going to get people that say, I want to lose it yesterday, I wanted to use it 2 years ago, or I want to be able to lose 100 pounds in 3 days, things like that. But then when someone ever gives you an astronomical goal that you know is impossible for you to be able to meet, if you kind of take a step back and you say to that person, okay, so you're telling me that you want to lose 10 pounds and it's super important to you. It's something that you want to achieve like yesterday. So when is it time that you can see yourself having the 10 pounds off? And why is that important to you? And have them actually think about a time in the future. Okay. So right now it's not really that easy. I would do something like, are you going on a trip anytime soon? Are you getting married? Like right now we can't really do that, but we can do like, okay, like, is there a pair of shorts that you want to fit into that maybe didn't fit as well? Or is there a shirt that you have that you're like, I love it and I just won't throw it out because like, you know, one day you're going to fit back into it. Like, what does that look like? Right. So making that person see themselves, being able to fit back into that and having that win, that's motivational interviewing. Okay. And once someone gives you their goal, if you're not comfortable even asking those questions yet, just ask someone, how important is it to you on a scale of 1 to 10 for you to achieve this goal? And that's what's going to show you guys how ready someone is to change. Okay. If someone tells you I'm 10 out of 10, like this goal is so important to me, it's like I'm 10 out of 10, like need to lose this weight. Then you say to them, okay, I'm so happy that you were so dedicated to this, because that means that there's nothing that's going to stand in your way of getting started. Right? So when they give you that objection of it's too much, or, you know, I can't do it right now, or I don't have a time, you come back to them and say, okay, you say, Jody, like you told me that you wanted to lose 10 pounds and you wanted to get that 10 pounds off in the next 3 months, right? Around that time that your friend's having her wedding. And she goes, yeah. And you go, and you told me it's like 10 out of 10 important to you to be able to get that off, right? Yeah. Okay. So can you tell me like what your biggest concern is right now? Because I'm trying to understand, because I know how important it is to you. Right. And they'll tell you, right. And they say, well, it's too expensive. And say, well, the total amount, or is it just the fact that like you're scared to actually commit to it? Right. What is it? Because honey, you have a 30-day money back guarantee. So no matter what, when you get started, if it doesn't work for you, I'm going to work with you every single day, you can get that money back. Okay. And they say, is that the only thing holding you back? No, well, actually, like my husband doesn't support me. Like, so like the thing is, like, you want to ask them, is that the only thing? Is that the only thing? But honestly, if you can't answer those 3 to 4 questions of what is their goal, how much, like, how can you measure that goal? When do they want to achieve it by? And how important is it to them? You shouldn't be telling them to sign up and sending them a link. Okay. Because you haven't shown them the value. And that's just me speaking about a challenger, right? When it comes to speaking to someone about coaching, you want to know, like, well, do you want to coach because you want to make an impact on someone's life? Do you want to coach to make a little bit of extra income? Do you want to coach because you want to travel? Like, what attracted you to the coaching opportunity, or what inspired you to reach out to that person, right? And so when I say to someone like, okay, so I think you'd be a really great coach because you have an amazing attitude, or because, you know, I love your social media, or because, you know, you and I vibe really well together. And I always say to my girls that are my team, and you guys can all like attest to this, I always say my girls are going to love you. And the reason I say that is because we're so tight. Like, how many Globe girls and like all of us on here, like, we're super tight, right? Like, the thing is, like, I told them, I'm like, you're going to love this. Like, the girls are going to love you. And then when they join the group, everyone loves them. And the community is literally what like fires everybody up, right? So you just need to figure out like what those people need so that you can give them what they need. And if someone doesn't know, ask them, like, you know, when you think about coaching, like, what do you want to get out of it? When you look at your messages to somebody, make sure that they're writing more than you. And if they're not writing a lot, it's because you're not asking questions. You're just telling them everything. And that happens. We get excited, right? We're just like, oh my gosh, they're interested. They want to learn more. Here's all the things and a link to sign up. And they're like, whoa, easy, okay? And the thing is, you got to think about it in the sense where it's like, if someone's on your social media, if someone's watching your stuff, someone's like basically walked into your store. And if you guys were going to go and walk into a carpet store and someone walked up to you and goes, so what kind of carpet do you want? I don't want carpet. What do you want? I don't want carpet. Like, you're in a carpet store. What the fuck are you doing here if you don't want carpet? Literally the same thing with your Instagram, okay? So what are you doing here if you don't want to sign up to be a coach, or you don't want to be a challenger, huh? Let me know. Please, are you just spying on me? You're sending my shit to people to make fun of me? What are you doing here? Like, please don't send that message, okay? But it's true. Think about it. It's your business. No one's going into a carpet store to buy light bulbs. Same way, no one's going to my Instagram to buy doTERRA because I don't sell it. I use it, I don't sell it. I sure as hell don't tell people the brand I use. I just say I use oils, okay? But that's a good way to look at it, right? It makes sense. Okay, so time check, wine check. Okay. All right. Okay, let me see here. Who on here is scared to invite somebody? Why? Oh my God, I want to hug Jody. You're so cute. There's nothing wrong with you. Why? Rejection. Okay. Rejection. What else? Judgment. Judgment. Rejection. Fear of being a leader to deserve. Girl, oh my God, it hurts. Keeping the conversation going. Judgment. God, why do you guys give a shit what anyone thinks about you? Y'all need some Gary Vee in your life. Anyone watch Gary Vee? If you don't, anyone that says judgment, go watch Gary Vee, please. He'll smack it into you. You're not awkward, Danielle. It's a limiting belief. Let me see here. Okay, guys. I love rejection. I love getting blocked. Guys, when someone says no to you, when someone says no to you, you go, oh gosh, girl, no worries. Not right now. Don't worry. I'll follow with you in a couple of weeks. Don't worry. Like literally, like I will tell people when they say no to me, okay, girl, no worries. I'll follow with you in a little bit later on. It's not your time right now. Or I'll say to them, like, if someone says no to you, number one, that's awesome because they actually responded to you. You should be really happy about that. Really happy about that. Like, that is awesome. Like, you can send someone a message when someone rejects you, and you can just say, like, oh my goodness, like, thank you so much for letting me know because it's like really important to me that you're keeping that conversation with me. And it's just good, right? But if someone says no, don't just leave it there. Don't just leave, just ask why, right? Why? Think about it. If someone invited you to a party, oh, this is good. I love this one. If someone invited you to a party, your best friend invites you to a party, and you just don't effing show up. Do you do that? Do you do that? How would they feel? They'd be pissed, right? They'd be coming after you. Hello, where are you? Why didn't you show up? What's going on here? Same thing, right? If someone says, okay, well, do you want to come to my party? And you go, no. They go, why not? What's wrong with you? Hell's going to be awesome. Literally, that needs to be your mentality when someone says no to signing up in your challenge group. Why the hell not? It's literally the best thing in the entire world. What's wrong with you? Like, that needs to be your mindset when you're inviting somebody. It's like, this is the best thing ever. You need to do this with me. And if they don't want to do it with you, then they don't understand why it's so awesome. So you need to explain it to them. Like, you can say to someone, say, do you understand exactly what it is? Because this thing is like freaking the best shit ever. Did I not explain it properly? Because I don't understand why you said no. Can you help me understand? You can say that. Right? We get so wrapped around the no and so wrapped around the rejection and the judgment. Guys, I was a personal trainer. I ran a multi-million-dollar gym for 4 years. I literally used to tell people you will not get results from home. They would come in to cancel. So it's called a save percentage, where like if you save a member from not canceling their membership, you get a percentage. And I used to go to, it was like equivalent to the Beachbody Summit, but it was called Top 500. I used to go there as a top general manager every single year because I help people not cancel their memberships. So I was like, girl, you need this. You need to come in. Let's go to a class together. Let's go work out. You need this. You don't want to cancel. You're going to go home and sit in your butt and you're going to get worse. You're not going to be able to find. I remember people coming in with, they said, I got an insanity DVD. That's not going to work. Like, it's funny now to think about it, but like, it's awesome. I wish I never told someone they couldn't sign up. But honestly, like, that needs to be your mentality. And things that I'll do when I'm feeling like, oh my gosh, I can't send an invite. Like, I'm not worthy. Because here's the thing, guys, I'm not scared to invite people, but sometimes I'm not motivated to do it. I'm not always 110% shit and rainbows, okay? Sometimes I'm tired. Sometimes it didn't work out yet that day. Sometimes I'm frustrated with things happening in my own business, or feel like I'm scrambling at the end of the month. Like, I'm not perfect. Like, literally, guys, like, I struggle too. But the thing is that I will do the things that help me get pumped up, almost done, pumped up to empower people. So for example, if you're having issues with the belief and how great this thing is, then go take 10 minutes, go through your challenge group, or if you're not running your own challenge group, go through your upline's challenge group and read the lives that are being changed. Encourage the people that are working out and just love on them. The girl, go for it. That is amazing. So proud of you. What was in that shake? If someone logs a Shakeology and they're like, I didn't see what was in it, ask them, girl, what was in your shake? What was it today? Like, go in there and pump people up. I will quite literally go onto YouTube and I will research and like search the Beachbody challenge videos, and I'll watch them and I'll bawl my eyes out. So I'm like, oh my God, it's the best transformation ever. Everybody needs this. And then I'll go and I'll invite for like a half an hour and I'll put on some good music, because the thing is, I'm like, everybody needs this. And sometimes you just need to like fire yourself back up about like, oh my gosh, this person was literally about to die and lose their job and lose their entire family, and they got their life back because of programs, and they started literally at a point where they were dying. Okay, so sometimes you need to like fire yourself back up and remind yourself of how great it is, because we get stuck in this people are gonna judge me, no one likes me, no one's done with me, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not this person, da da da. But you have to just remember, you have to step into yourself and you have to borrow your confidence from your future self, because sometimes what happens is we just judge ourselves. You're not scared of other people judging you. You're scared of yourself judging yourself. You're scared of making a post and thinking, oh my gosh, that's so much like this person's post. Or you're thinking like, oh my gosh, I used the same song as this girl in her dance video last week. I wonder if she noticed on my video. Or it's like, you know, I don't want this person to think I'm doing that program because they started doing that program. Or it's like, you know, I don't want to do a free nutrition group because this girl's doing a free nutrition group. Do what you love. Like, I woke up last week on Monday, I'm like, holy shit, I drank a whole box of wine within 4 days. I need to do a no drinking challenge, and we're doing it. And then I did it for 5 days, and it was one of the most successful groups I've had in a long time, because I literally was just like, if I need it, chances are a lot of my followers need it too, so we're just gonna go with it. Okay, like, do the things that make you excited, that make you want to show up every single day. Don't just do the things as other people are doing it. Does that make sense, guys? Cool. Because then it's easy to invite, because you're literally being yourself and you're just asking people to do it with you. Personal development, I really recommend, if you're struggling with this stuff and like what I just read from you guys, Mastering Your Inner Mean Girl is absolutely amazing. There's actually a really small podcast by Jenna Kutcher. I believe it's, check my Ditto here. Ditto app is an amazing app, by the way, for sending messages and saving links. Only on iPhone though. But I'll tell you the episode. It's really good. It changed my entire business. That's why I say it. I was driving to Walmart one day and then my life was changed, and that was it. It was all history. So it's a Goal Digger podcast, GOAL Digger podcast, Mastering Your Inner Mean Girl. It's Jenna Kutcher. She's amazing. You can listen to it on her website. You can also get it on Apple, whatever. So good. Unf yourself, unfuck yourself. Great book as well. If you're quite literally just like feeling like you're going to be judged by all the humans, Gary V, anything. But honestly, you have to unapologetically just show up being yourself. And when it comes to objections, people just really don't know what the value is. And you haven't been able to like reverse engineer those goals for those people. And that's kind of all I think I have for you guys, to be honest. I just don't want you guys to overthink it. And I know I come off really savage, and I can feel you guys. I can feel some of you guys already being like, well, I'm not as outgoing as Sarah. I'm not as loud as her. I'm not as crazy as her. I'm not all these things. But you're not supposed to be, right? You have to honestly just be yourself, and people want to follow you. People want to talk to you. People want to be your friend because you are who you are. I've had people quite literally message me and saying, like, you literally are the most annoying person in the entire world. I'm unfollowing you. And I'm like, hey, cool, not my tribe. Bye. Like, you just have to just be yourself every single day and know that you're going to build your business whatever way you want. Another thing is too, guys, is like, don't try and be another coach where it's like, hey, I have to do my coaching sneak peek. I have to do a boot camp sneak peek. I have to follow this structure. I have to send this many invites today. I have to do all these things. You just have to show up every single day. And as long as you are hitting certain numbers, because yes, there is going to be a little bit of like numbers and sales games in this. Like, you do have to talk to people. If you don't talk to a large amount of people, then if you're like, oh, I sent 5 invites today and maybe I'll send 5 in a couple of days and I've gotten like almost all no's, it's because you're not talking to enough people. Like, but the more you send those invites and the more you talk to people and the more you start new connections and the more you literally just like love on people, I can tell you right now, anytime you're uncomfortable, not sure where to say next, compliment somebody. That should be your golden go-to, is as soon as you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say, compliment them and then walk away and then go hype yourself up somewhere, whatever you need to do to hype yourself up. But complimenting people is like the one way you can never fail, because no one's gonna like think that you're weird for complimenting them, because everyone likes to be complimented, right? But honestly, guys, like, please just don't be scared on. And also, like, if you ever want to ask me a question or reach out to me or send me a message, I will always respond to people. I'm not the fastest at responding. My coach is just like, but like at the same time, like, don't ever feel like you can't reach out to me and talk to me. I do talk to everybody, but you just need to not be scared about it, because the more you hold yourself back from helping people, the slower your business is going to build, and the more you're not going to believe in the business, and then you're going to spiral. And that's why it's important for you to be on team calls or watching these recordings. Like, thank you if you're watching this recording right now and you haven't jumped off, you're a rock star. Like, the thing is, guys, that this business is your business, and it can grow as fast or as slow as you want it to. The same way that if you went and got a job right now, right? You went and got a job. Are you going to go to your boss when things get hard and go, I can't do it, I don't know how to do it, I don't know how to do this, oh, because they're going to go to you and be like, well, did you do your training? Did you try and apply the resources you have? Have you tried being yourself? Because I didn't hire you to be a robot. I hired you to be who you are, because you went through all these other people. Guess what, guys? You didn't have to apply for this job. You just is the job. You is the job. Like, you own it. It's who you are. So all you have to do is use your resources and just talk to people and show up every single day as yourself, and then just say, let people know they can join you, and then ask them, and just know it's the best thing that's out there. I think that's all I have. So yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, like standing ovation. I can't even tell you how much I wrote down here, but I do have a couple of questions. I did not see any questions come through the chat. So if you guys have a question, please ask it now while Sarah is here. Something that I really I'm curious about, and I get this question all the time. How many invites did you send out every single day when you first became a coach?
Oh my gosh. A lot. Like, honestly, when I first, like, I hit 2-star in 7 months, right? But guys, also, I hit 2-star in 7 months without a controllable account. So it was I had 2 girls on my team go diamond. My husband's account has never been diamond. My second CVC just went diamond last month, which is super exciting. So we're in 1-star qual for that right now. But honestly, guys, like, I sent a lot of invites, and I was the copy paste hey girl message when I first started, and it was the same message every single day. Hey girlfriend, I'm so excited that you're following me. This is who I am. This is what my business is all about. And what you do my boot camp. And that's literally my message was every single day. But I sent so many damn messages that I hit SC10 every single month. And when, just so you guys are aware too, like, this is not me to brag, by the way, but when I hit, Christine, do you remember what it was? You were more than me for Success Club in Transfer in 20. It was like, I know I hit Success Club 40 something in August when I qualified for the Transfer in 20 test group. And I got married that month. So did Christine. We got married the same day. It's so weird. We met in that test group. It's crazy. But like, literally, like, in that month, I just used to take a piece of paper. And this is what my trick is. This is what I do. My coach is like, oh my gosh, you're saying it again. It's annoying. But I would just, like, any person I sent an invite to, I'd write their name down, and I'd write the date down and write their name on a piece of paper. I would draw lines and lines and lines across the paper and just keep doing new columns and new columns. Anytime someone would answer me, I just highlight them. Anytime someone said yes, I'd highlight them a different color. If someone said no, highlight them a different color. And anytime someone ever gave me any interest or said yes, they were always highlighted in blue. So anytime I wanted to go back and just talk to someone that I knew was always going to give me attention, I would just go back to people that were highlighted in blue, because they fed my soul, and I knew they were going to sign up, and I was going to make them sign up. And that was kind of my mentality. Was I just unapologetically, like, ask every person, and every single month I invite people again. If you're following me, you're getting an invite. Sometimes people ask me that, why do you keep inviting me? I'm like, because you're following me. What the fuck? What do you want? Don't follow me then.
I love that. And it's so true. And I think sometimes we overthink that. We overthink, why is someone following me? You think they're there for a different reason, or you think you're bothering them by talking about what it is that you do. I get that question all the time, should I have a personal account or a business account? I don't want to bother people. And I'm like, no, this is your life. If they don't like it, they can go. Okay, last question that I have for you is, Another thing I hear all the time is people feel awkward when they send out the invite, and then I tell them to ask more questions to find out what their pain point is. And people are like, but wait, I invited them. Like, they didn't ask me. Aren't I gonna, like, I'm gonna scare them away.
Right.
So why would I ask more questions?
So are you talking off a cold invite?
Or even like maybe you start a conversation or you're commenting and right away, I'm like you, I'm no chit chat. So right away you're like, hey, saw you're watching my stories.
Yep.
Are you into this? And then they're like, yeah. And you go, okay, great. I'm going to ask you 5 questions now. And you ask all your questions.
Yeah.
But that piece, I find people are skipping that and they're just sending the information right away. So how do you transition that? And how are you okay with asking?
So what I do is I also give people the option sometimes. Like if someone's not really chatty with me and if they kind of do want more information, I actually have a fitness consult that I do too, where I'll be like, if you're more comfortable, I can send you a consult, fill it out when you have time. Or we can just chat. Like I kind of give people an option. But as for redirecting a conversation, if you're literally paralyzed and you have no idea how to redirect that conversation, reply to their story off something. Or like reply to or comment on one of their photos. But like honestly, like when it comes to probing for more questions, if someone says they're interested, but then they say no, is that kind of where you're at? Like I will just ask them, like, tell me what your biggest concern is. Or if you're trying to just get more information from that person, you could always ask them like, have you ever done anything like this before? Are you doing anything for fitness right now? Or, could you help me understand why you watch my stories every single day? If you're not interested, I just want to make sure I'm providing positive content for you since you're watching me every single day. Like you can ask questions like that, right? But honestly, yeah. As for did see Chantel, you did ask about like an invite starting a conversation. An invite is literally me saying like, do you want more information, or do you want to do a workout, or do you want to join my boot camp, or do you want to like learn more about coaching? Like it's an actual like question of like yes or no, basically. But sometimes guys, like when you get an objection or when you get someone like you invite somebody and they say no, I think that the biggest thing is just to kind of go back through and be like, okay, like, sorry, I just totally, like, you can sometimes apologize to people too if you feel kind of uncomfortable, like maybe you rushed that question that person wasn't ready yet, and say, like, okay, I'm so sorry, like, I just thought that because you're watching my stories that you'd be interested. Is that not something you're typically into? Or are you doing something for fitness right now? Or are you whatever, right? So kind of starting the conversation up somewhere else. Does that help?
I feel like that totally helps.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any last minute questions? I feel like we could probably chat about this all night long. This is a hot topic. I wrote down so much, you guys. I'm going to make sure that I pop this recording in our team page. I will shoot it off to you as well, Sarah, so that you guys have it for your team. And one last question before we go. How do you know if someone blocked you?
If you go message them and then all of a sudden their account doesn't exist anymore. Or
you can't search them. If you go to search them and they're not there, they've blocked you.
Sometimes I go to my old profile and I'll go like their pics because I'm a dick. And I'm like, haha, see you.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I saw everyone laughing. I saw everyone tearing up. I saw clapping. I saw all of the things. So I know that this really hit home for everyone. Thank you for just being you and showing up as you are, because we love you. And
thank you. I'm so excited for you to speak on our call next week. It's going to be amazing.
Can't wait, you guys.
I'm going to heat
5 things that are holding you back.
It's going to be amazing, guys. Be there.
Have the best evening, you guys. See ya. Thanks for joining.
Bye, guys.